Johnson Sakaja has escaped being jailed for 3 months after he was slapped with a fine of 15,000 shillings after pleading guilty to breaking curfew orders on July 18, 2020. The Nairobi senator admitted breaking the rules while at Ladies' Lounge in Kilimani area here in Nairobi. SKTN's Fred Kagonya with the details.
The wheels of justice finally caught up with Nairobi Senator Johnson Sakaja, who appeared before Chief Magistrate Roslyn Aganyo at the makeshift court in the Kasarani Indoor Arena.
Politicians are also human beings and can err.
Sakaja was charged with breaching curfew rules, a charge that attracts a jail term not exceeding 6 months, a fine not exceeding 20,000 shillings, or both. The senator pleading guilty to the charge.
Being a first offender and in line with the sentencing policies in place, I will consider fining the Honorable Senator to pay a fine of 15,000 shillings, or in default he shall serve 3 months in prison.
The charge taking many by surprise as the senator chairs the Senate's ad hoc committee on COVID-19, breaking the very rules and regulations championed by his committee.
The populace looks up on him in terms of the level of compliance to the law and the MOH guidelines. Much was therefore expected from the Honorable Senator in complying with the said law.
Perhaps to try and save face, Senator Sakaja announced his resignation from the committee.
Many colleagues are saying I should not resign, but I think out of principle, not just as chair, even as a member of that committee.
The court appreciates that he has stepped aside from the position he holds in a vital committee on the coronavirus. However, that pronouncement ought to be confirmed in writing from the Senate House to be able to send a strong message to the Kenyans that the leader has indeed stepped aside, and note that he did the same as a public relations exercise to woo this honorable court.
Many are now looking at Sakaja's actions as a representation of the wider political class, which, unlike the rest of the country, seems to be above the law. Given the rising number of COVID-19 cases, flouting of COVID-19 mitigation measures by politicians and senior government officials could prove to be the country's undoing.
When you see a public gathering, or when you know that a politician has invited a public gathering, you have a choice of to go to that gathering or not to go to the gathering.
So blatant is the disregard that cabinet secretaries continue to host political delegations and convening gatherings in clear contravention of the Ministry of Health guidelines, begging the question as to just how committed the government is to curbing the spread of the virus. Fred Kagonye, KTN News.